Hey stretching family, welcome to your daily stretch. Today we are going to be working in our backs. We're going to be working through a supported bridge pose using our blocks, and then we're going to work through a twist with the assistance of the wall. So for your props today, you'll need a couple of yoga blankets, your mat and or some pillows, and 2 yoga blocks. You'll also need some space at the wall. So when you are ready, grab your blanket, grab your blocks, and meet me laying down on your back. We're going to start here in our supported bridge pose. So because I'm not using a mat here, again, you don't need your yoga mat for these poses. It's just really nice and handy to have for some extra support for our knees and our bodies. But if you're like me and you are feeling kind of lazy today and just don't want to get the mat out, I have a blanket here that I'm going to use to support a little cushion here for my back and my neck as we head into this pose. So you're going to have your 2 blocks handy here. And again, if you're not already there, meet me lying down on your back. Knees are bent, feet are about hips width apart here. So we're going to move into this supported bridge pose using our blocks. It's a little different than the one that we have done before, and we have several options here. So you have a couple of different heights and a couple of different positions to use your block. Option number 1, you'll use your block in this horizontal manner. So you'll take this block, lift your hips, and line it up right at the lower portion of your hips here. All right. So you can try this option. We have the medium height. If it's too much, you can come down to this lower height. If you find that you need to go to really, really high, please stack your blocks. Stack your blocks, bring them underneath your hips here. If you have it where it's on the tallest height like this, it's really unstable and it's hard for the body to relax and hold this pose. You also have the option to try using the block where it's lined up with your spine. So you can try that and see how it feels, but if you do that, bring it down a little bit lower so that even your bum is resting on the block as well. So you have that option as well. So play around, maybe pause the video for a minute, play around with the different heights, the different directions of the block, and see what feels best for you. And when you're ready, bring those feet hips width apart. I'm gonna try it with it lined up against my spine here. And those of you who are not using a mat and you're just using a blanket, just make sure it's underneath your shoulders and your head for the support. So no matter where you're at with the position of your block, feet are hips width apart. Go ahead and bring your hands out to the side, palms up, roll the shoulders under, opening and broadening the chest even more towards the sky. You want to bring those heels in a little bit closer. So maybe even close enough that you could reach down and take hold or even touch your ankles here. Make sure that your knees aren't dropping out to the side. They're staying in line with your hips. So I'm going to go ahead and start the clock here because we're going to be here for 5 minutes. And I'm going to walk you through some different options. Option 1, you're going to stay right here. Palms are turned up towards the sky. Shoulders are rolled under. Heels are in close towards the body. Knees in line with your hips. You're just going to stay here. Let the body melt. The hips melt into this block. Close the eyes. Option 2, maybe you bring your hands underneath or down along the sides here, or even underneath, starting to bring them underneath your hips. Roll the shoulders under. And then option 3, maybe you can interlace your fingers below the block here and roll the shoulders under. If your block is in the position where you can't really get your hands around the blocks, you can always just hold onto the block as well. There's lots of different options here. Yes, we are supporting our back and our hips in both positions here, no matter which way our block is supporting our body. But the focus here really is opening through the front side of the body. So when you roll those shoulders under a little bit more, squeezing those shoulder blades in towards one another, opening that chest towards the sky, lifting the chin slightly. And we'll start to settle in here. Maybe you bring the knees or the feet in a little bit closer. Again, if this is too much, with the block vertical to your spine, turn it so it's horizontal and experiment with the different height options. You have the lowest height, you have the medium height, and you have the tallest height. But if you're going to do the tallest height, stack your blocks. And of course, if you make any adjustments here, like I'm going to try here, do so very slowly so that you don't excite the nervous system, excite the body. I'm going to try turning my blocks the other direction, and I'm going to stack 2 of them and put right underneath the hips here. They feel very supported. Heels are in close, and I'm going to bring my hands. My rug is trying to come along for the ride here. Bring my hands down past these blocks here, or maybe I'll hold on to them. Roll the shoulders under, squeezing the shoulder blades in, and settling in here. And just past that 3-minute mark. We've already got 2 more minutes to go. Sometimes it just takes some little finagling here to get into the pose. Now if you notice with the heels in close, if your knees start to get a little grumpy here, you can slide the heels away slightly. Where we're at, just make sure those knees aren't dropping open to the sides, they're staying in line with the hips, and that you're just letting the body become heavy, letting it melt in towards the blocks here. We've got less than a minute to go. Sorry, I'm not doing a better job of announcing our minute mark here. This, again, is why I encourage you to have your own little timer there with you. Keep track of your own time. It's different for everybody. We're holding these poses for 5 minutes, but do not make your body do it if it's not ready. Work towards that 2-minute mark first. We've got about 20 more seconds here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and gently press into the heels to lift the hips up, slide the blocks out of the way, and slowly lower your hips back down to the ground. Pause here for a moment. Let the spine take a moment to kind of come back into its natural, neutral shape here. And then when you're ready, you can hug those knees in. Maybe you just squeeze them in. You can rock side to side, whatever feels good for you. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come on back up. Roll to the side, push yourself back up. Good job. We're gonna move into our next pose here. We're gonna do this little twist at the wall. So you'll need some wall space here. You don't need any props, so you can move your blocks out of the way. But again, if you're not using a mat, or if you are using your mat, just kind of line it up against or near the wall so that you have some support. So go ahead and maybe pause this video, find your wall space, find your blanket, pillow, or pillows probably won't work here, but your blankets, your mat, go ahead and find your wall space and meet me back here. All right, welcome back. We're gonna come into our next pose. This is gonna be, we're gonna have legs up against this wall here, and we're gonna work on this axial rotation in our spine, which is very, very beneficial for the whole body, but especially our hips and our back. So we are going to be lowering our legs towards the right. So I'm going to, because of the way my wall is, I'm gonna come a little bit more towards the left, so I have some space here for the legs. Now, if you don't know how to get on this wall here, let me show you how to do it. You want to bring your hips up really close to the wall, and then you're going to start to lay down and kind of swing your legs up. All right? And then you're going to have to take some time here to kind of wiggle, 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 find your spot, bring your legs straight up against the wall. All right, so our goal here is we're gonna have our feet flexed towards the ceiling, and we're gonna try to keep the legs together. Bring your arms out to the side in a T, spread your fingers, and make sure you've got some traction here, because these hands are gonna help us stay stable as we start to walk our feet over to the right. Now go as far as you can to keep those ankles stacked and in line. So we want to make sure that the feet are together. You'll notice that one will start to slide forward. Try to keep them lined up. Go as far as you can to where you can keep the ankles stacked. Hands are down, fingers are spread. This is going to give us some support. And you'll notice as we start to walk the legs over to the right, this left hip is gonna lift and the left shoulder might lift a little, and that's okay. You can bend the knees if you need to bend the knees, but allow the shoulders, the head, the back, as much as it can, melt into the ground. And of course, walking them further to the right is going to deepen the intensity. Backing up is going to back off the intensity level. And for back, I guess I forgot to mention it. The first pose for your back, you probably want to hover right around maybe 7, 8, maybe 6 out of 10, depending on how your back feels. And this is one of those that you might not feel right off the bat, but as you hold here, you'll start to feel some tension arrive. And we're really stretching along the left side of the body, left side of the leg here. You might feel a little bit on the inside of the right leg. You might feel it in the glutes. But we're also working on this axial rotation in the spine, which is very beneficial and something we start to lose as we get older. Any kind of mobility is welcome in the body. And a lot of times the lack of mobility is due to this tightness somewhere in the body. So these stretches will really help open up the body, free up the body, and find that mobility again. We're at minute number 2. We've got 3 more minutes to go. Settle in, close the eyes. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Again, if you find that you're using that right leg way too much here to hold yourself up, you just want to walk the heels back up and towards the left. This is a nice therapeutic one to do right before bed. Heck, you could even do this in your bed if you've got wall space. And then when you're done, you can just curl up under your blankets and go to sleep. We're about to approach minute number 3. We've got 2 more minutes to go. once the body feels stable and supported, you can really relax here. Just be mindful that your ankles are still stacked, the feet are together. You have that slight bend in the knees. Careful that we're not sliding off the wall here. If you're sliding a lot, just walk the heels back in towards the left. We got 1 more minute to go. Go ahead and slowly walk your legs back towards the left here. Maybe walk the feet down, bend the knees in towards the chest, roll off to the side, and push yourself back up. Okay, we're gonna come into the other side this time. So we're gonna line the left hip up against the wall. I might have to move Mr. Plant here because I'm gonna kick him. All right, so I'm gonna come up to the right side of my wall here because we're gonna go to the left. So bring the left hip up towards the wall and start to roll down onto your back to bring the legs up against the wall. And you've got your bum as close to the wall as you can get it. We'll start here. I'm gonna start the time now. Legs are straight. Bring your arms out to the T here. Spread the fingers. Bring the legs together. Heels stay stacked as we slowly walk them towards the left. Again, one leg might start to slide down, just slide it up. Try to keep those heels, those ankles stacked. It looks easier than it is. Walk your hips or walk your feet over towards the left here. Right hip may lift off the ground, right shoulder may lift off the ground, that's okay. Try to keep the ankles stacked. Breathing here. If you need to bend the knees, bend the knees. We don't want to lock the knees. Our feet are flexed towards the sky. And again, you may come into this and not feel it right away or not feel it at all. This might be something that you feel later on. But just know that if you can't feel it at all, no matter what option you choose, it could be one of two things. It could be your sleeper pose. Everybody has a sleeper pose that no matter what, they just don't feel anything, which means you probably have that flexibility, that opening through those areas. Or number two, you're in it, but you don't feel it until later on. So you might feel it later today or even tomorrow. And again, this is a lifelong practice. You've got plenty of time to experiment with this pose and find what works best for you. We are stretching along the right side of the body, even into the back, those erector spinae muscles that run along the sides, either side of our spine. You might feel it in the glutes here, the outside of the right hip. Working on that axial rotation. Try to keep those ankles stacked. I know it's not easy. We're almost there though. As you settle in, just let the back get heavy. Dropping in towards the ground here. Close the eyes. We're approaching minute number 3. We've got 2 more minutes. Minute number 4, we've got 1 more minute to go. Just really settle in here. Use this last minute to really drop into this pose. Relax the body, let it become heavy. Slowly walk your feet back towards the right here. Legs are straight. Bend the knees. Roll over either side here and press yourself back up. And congratulate yourself. You did it. Another class in the books, working through our back. Great job. Know that with back and shoulders, especially when you guys do these stretches, you might be a little sore later in the day or the next day. Don't be alarmed by it. It's just, we're getting in there, getting into that tension, really working through it. Soreness is very common. And remember, discomfort is common, pain is not. So if there is any pain, I would highly recommend you check in with your doctor that you work with for the body. They're a lot more experienced in that than I am. So thank you guys for stretching with me today. Remember, these stretches, we do these after strength building. If you're going to try to do your strength building practice, please wait at least 2 hours or just wait till tomorrow. Let the body enjoy the benefits of this stretch. So thank you again so much for stretching with me. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I will see you again on your mat for some more stretching very, very soon. Hopefully tomorrow. Thank you guys. Have a good one.